Welcome to the sacred spot. Take a moment to just breathe. Take a moment to release. Welcome to a space where you feel seen, where you feel accepted, where you feel loved. Today, the reading that we're going to read is what are some side hustles that are some ideas that you could look into. Now, I did this reading today because I was like, times is hard, money have been made, and in this economy, like, most people have at least 2 or 3 sources of income, or want to have that, because money have to make, because we want to live in abundance, we want to live comfortably, but we have to be a bit realistic as well about what is going on in the realm that we live in, right? Because, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm gonna just manifest. Loud car. No, that was a motorbike. I'm just gonna manifest, and manifesting is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like what gets missed and what gets skipped is that we still have to put in the work for our manifestations. But sometimes we don't know what will work well for us. So I've really gone into what are some side hustles that we can look into. What could work, give us a little money on the side, what is suited for our personalities and who we are. So whilst this introduction was a bit long, I hope it was helpful to understand exactly what we're doing here. So now I'm going to put up the 3 piles. So here are 3 pictures for you to look at. Take as long as you need. Pause the video if you need to. And go towards the pile or the piles that you feel drawn to. So I'll see you there. Hi, pile 1. So welcome to what are some hustles that you could get into at this point in time. So to begin with, I pulled 1 card, or to find out who you are, what your situation is roughly, and then we're going to find out, we're going to go into the reading. So I feel like you're coming up as quite established already. You're coming up as someone who is either a manager or has their own business and is now looking to expand their empire, their domain. You're coming off as someone who, you're very business oriented, and you're very particular about what you want, when you want it, and how you want it done. Which is why I'm getting this managerial big boss energy off you. You are not someone who's actually experiencing financial difficulty right now. It feels more like if there's anything that you want to do right now, it's just to expand your portfolio and to add an extra source of income. Because it really does seem like you have it under control, but you just want to put some money aside for a rainy day, for maybe your child or your future children, or your savings account, or like that extra expense you want to make. I don't get a sense of urgency. This is more like, well, I have established myself, I now want to expand. And so expand we will. I feel like you're in communication with the divine. I feel like you have a clear audience, clear cognizance. Maybe you receive dreams at night that you can interpret. But you have something. You have an ability. I'm going to say that. You have an ability, right? And you use that as well to expand your empire. Which makes sense as to why you're reading or listening to a tarot reading about how you should make some more money. Makes sense, right? So that's pretty cool. So I feel like we've pretty much established who you are. If you feel seen, then you know that this is for you. All right. So some hustle ideas. Now knowing who you are, I kind of have to change the way I view things. Because at first I was like, oh, you could be a cleaner. But no. I feel like a side hustle for you would be you could start up a cleaning business and have employees do that. Because it feels like I get the impression that you can actually outsource your side hustle to someone else. Like, it's giving, I need an assistant, and my assistant can run my cleaning business, and I will obviously make the most money from it since it's my idea and I'm going to put it together. But my assistant will run it and take commission or take payment from that. At first I thought it was, you would have to do all the work, but I'm really getting this vibe that you're sending someone out to do it. I'm seeing you could offer tutoring. If it's not that you have an assistant, it's giving you can offer a tutoring or mentorship program to help young people or up and coming entrepreneurs in your field. You can help them in that way to expand their businesses. You can offer a consultancy program platform. You can do, I feel like, some PR management on the side. There's quite a few ideas for you, actually. What I'm getting is the way you have to look at this is you're going to help your future clients to reinvent themselves. That's what I'm getting. You are going to teach people what you should be doing anyways. What works for you is you are going to teach people how to look at their qualities, right? Their best qualities, and harness them, and to remove all the extra stuff. So again, the mentorships, consultancies, PR management, talent management, having an employee that you foster and you teach to become a boss. But really like teaching them to go out in the world to create for themselves, so that they will then recommend you to other people, and other people will be like, oh my gosh, this person has really helped me, and I now can go back and, you know, I'm thriving, and so I recommend you, and someone else will come and they will do the same thing. So it seems like not only do you mentor like one person, your business will expand quite quickly through word of mouth. Your side hustle will expand quickly through word of mouth. But that's the thing, like the way your mind works, you will quickly turn this into a business, which is why this is working for you. I heard you could teach foreign languages if you can speak another language. Basically, okay, if there is something that you are particularly talented at, but not like, I'm not saying like, okay, let's say you play the piano. I'm not saying you've been playing the piano for 5 years, you're good, you know, you passed through your grades and you're confident, but you're not like, you know that if you was to go to the opera and audition for the opera, they're not taking you. Like, we gotta be real here. I'm sorry, this is a business reading. They're not gonna take you because yes, you're good, but you're not talented. You're not genius level, right? So this is about your genius level. So if, for example, you do play the piano, you've been playing it since you were 5 years old, the world knows that you are a piano player, you know, a piano player. My gosh, my English is so bad these days. A pianist. If you are a renowned pianist, you can make money from that skill. Okay? You can make money teaching children, teaching young pianists or young musicians or people, anyone who wants to learn. They should come to you so that you can teach them. Make sure that they get rid of all the bad like things that they've picked up, and when they depart from you, they depart stronger, better, wiser, educated, and feeling like they can thrive. So yes. As a side hustle, just to clarify, if you have a zone of genius, the best way to monetize that is by teaching younger or less knowledgeable people in that field. In any area. It can be, as I said, instrumentation. It can be different languages, foreign languages. It can be writing, reading. It can be in your domain. So if you are like known in your domain as the best, I don't know, accountant in your field, you can train younger accountants. But wherever you feel extremely confident in, and like so confident that like you have made your own techniques to this zone of genius, you have mastered different areas of like learning in this field. So okay, for example, with tarot, I could say personally, without bragging, for me, tarot, I'm really comfortable with tarot. I'm not gonna lie. I can read cards without the cards even being in front of me. I don't really even need cards anymore, but I use them because I find them comfortable, and I like reading them. I like listening to other YouTubers, other readers, and picking up their techniques and seeing like how it can be done, and I study it. Like, this is my I don't know, my favorite topic. Like, I don't really get to talk about it with many people because, you know, it's not something that many people talk about, but I love tarot to the point that when I started, I didn't even read like the instruction manual. I was just gone with it. Then when I got even further interested in the field, I started reading the instructions, writing it down, figuring out how I wanted it to go, and then coming up with my own rules, own timeline, own codes, and then reading it back, and then practicing for free at first, and then I was charging, and I felt so confident. I was charging big prices because I know what I can offer, right? And for me, it's my zone of genius, to a point where now, well, one of my zone of geniuses, but to a point where now I can teach tarot comfortably to someone else, and I have to multiple people actually. So this is what I mean, and I do it in my own way. I'm not going, oh, okay, so we're looking at the King of Wands. What does the online version of the King of Wands say? It means X, Y, and Z. No, I'm gonna say, what does your intuition feel? How do you feel? Talk to me. What do you see? We are going to tap into your intuition as we read together. And that, for me and for you, is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be reinventing your zone of genius as you teach it to other people, which is why it's going to go so well as a side hustle, because people are going to be like, oh, I've never thought about it in this way, or I never learned about it in this way. What, wow, I have to tell someone else this, you know? Spirit's saying that now's the time to launch this project, this side hustle. You can do it at any moment, but really and truly, you are ready. Once you are aware of what you are the most comfortable and confident in, teaching it to other people is like a breeze, right? See what other side hustles I'm seeing. I heard writing. I don't know if there are some translation sites you can go on to write for, or like copywriting that you can do for people, freelance copywriting, or something else. Something to do with writing. I'm not sure, but writing is what I heard. Writing, studying, teaching, honing talents, bringing out talents, consulting, as I've told you. I feel like I'm repeating myself, so I feel like that's it. But I definitely feel like this was clear. So thank you for listening. I hope it was helpful. Please tell me what you think in the comments, because honestly, this is like my first time doing this kind of reading. That's my whole point. Like, even with tarot, I've been having fun with it now. Like, every time I'm like, okay, let me come up with a new fields in tarot for me to explore, try and see. Like, oh, okay, let's try the job. I mean, I feel like tarot can be used for everything. So yeah, we go do that on this channel. I'm gonna tell you that. So if you like that, subscribe, like below, and thank you for listening, and I'll see you at the next reading. Bye. Welcome, pal 2. So if you're here, just so you know, I'm gonna begin by kind of describing your situation so that you know you're at the right pile, and then we will go into what are some side hustles that you can look into. So to begin with, describing your situation, I would say that you are a very, very hard worker. Simple. You are a very hard worker, And yet, I don't think you're making the money that is deserving of the work that you put out, right? Or put in. Either way. But like, you know, you could be severely underpaid, yet produce some of the best work for the company. You could be working for a company that just pays minimum wage, but you're like the best employee at that job. Or you're just in a situation where there are people taking advantage of you. I do not get that you're the manager at whatever you do, or if you are, you still have someone above you who is very much making sure that you are stuck in the circumstances that you are in, which sucks, by the way. I'm really sorry about that. It really does give that you have a kind of boss or co-worker that is really bringing you down and making your life hell. And you work, oh my gosh, you work. You try to ignore all of that. You just be like, I'm trying to make my money. I'm trying to show them that I don't do well as someone who's just staring at the wall. So I'm still gonna work and try my best to just do my best, you know? But I feel like it's really getting to you. It's really getting to you that all this work you're putting in and there's no real return. It's really getting to you. So I feel like that's why you were drawn to this reading, because you're like, okay, well, I need to find a new way to make money. Oof. It really feels like oh my God. So okay, guys, if this resonated with you, this is your reading, because it's already linking into the rest of the reading. So what I'm seeing is you're like, I'm sorry, I need a big money idea. I want my own business that's going to bring me generational wealth, and I need to really make sure that what I'm doing brings me that, because I don't want to waste my time no more. I've been wasting so much time working for these people, making no money, and what I want to do next really has to sustain me financially and sustain me for the long run, to the point where I want to build something or create a hustle that I can eventually turn into a business and leave and quit this job and no longer have to rely on people financially. That's what I'm getting. So this part is a bit harder, because it's like I could give you some ideas, but it seems like you have so many ideas to pick from already. And now you're like, which one is the right one? I want the right idea. I don't want just a idea. I want the right idea. But it's giving, you need to pick something, because you are stuck in this I am thinking, right? So let's see if we can help you get out of this rut. I'm trying my best, girl. I'm trying my best. All right. It's not that it's hard, it's just I could read this reading so easily, but it won't answer the question that you want answered. And I'm so upset for you, because I know what it is to be like a seeker of knowledge, right? Or a seeker of answers, and be told the answer is within you. Ain't nobody want to hear that. I asked you the question. The answer could be deep within me, and I don't want to hear that. So I get it. All right, let's see what we can do. Hey, because everything here is saying, friend, the answer's within you. Okay. I feel like whatever this business idea, this side hustle idea is, it's supposed to help people. It's supposed to help you, but it's supposed to help other people as well. It's supposed to help people regain their sense of self. So personal training is something that's coming to me as we speak, you know, like fitness, anything to do with fitness, being a yogi, being a personal trainer, being a coach, an instructor, creating a wellness business, creating I have a friend, she told me she's trying to get into life coaching, stuff like that, where you're basically supposed to be helping other people. Basically, you are supposed to do this yourself, and you're meant to help other people do it as well. But what you're supposed to do is help other people regain their sense of pleasure and re-heal their consciousness. And okay, so it's kind of like what I'm doing with this platform. This is probably my power. That's why it's so cryptic. But it's like what I'm doing with this platform, as my vision for this platform is to regain yes, it starts with me first and foremost. I've created the Sacred Spot as a safe space for me, so that I can regain my sense of pleasure. I can regain healing. You know, I can heal myself. I can connect with myself, and I can express myself in a way that I do not feel judged in, right? And by doing all that, my aim is to attract other like-minded individuals who also are in need of this very thing. Now, my aim is to heal myself and to heal other people. But the reason, like, it's interesting, and I don't mind sharing this idea with you because we are literally here, you know, we're talking, and this is exactly the kind of vision that Spirit kind of wants you to have, where what you do next is to help you and help other people. But how it works is you have to help yourself, and the blessing is this thriving business that helps other people as well. The business, the money, the clients, the accolades that are going to come with this business are the bonus to helping yourself, to healing yourself, to regaining your consciousness, and to regaining your pleasure, and to speak your truth, or to speaking your truth. Because you have been working and feeling low, and not really working in something that you're passionate about. And so I don't know if, like, okay, I'm hearing you could be an artist, right? Let's say painter for now. And you're supposed to paint, paint to express your feelings, right? You're not meant to think about what someone will buy. You're meant to paint what you're feeling in that moment. Then you're meant to promote this painting. And whoever is attracted to this painting is your client. This is very it's an example. It's not a very good thought out example because it doesn't what's the word? I don't know how to make that into a business unless you now have opened a gallery from your business of making this art. But you get what I mean, right? Let me think. Because what I'm really seeing that you are so close to getting this off the ground, but it really will depend on if you decide to take the leap of faith towards the idea that brings you the most pleasure. Again, I can talk about myself. I really feel like this is my power, because talking about myself a lot, I didn't really do that before. I have a marketing business, right? And I haven't been feeling very passionate about it. It's not that I don't care about it. I do love it, but I've experienced I just don't feel the passion that I feel about the marketing business the same way I feel about the sacred spot. But I've been fighting this because I've been like, well, but the marketing business is already established. It has potential clients. It's going to be easier for me to find clients because well, it's already established. And where I live, it's easier for me to find marketing clients than people who are interested in the esoteric, right? But that's a limiting mindset. But I've been battling because I have been deciding to engage. Well, for a long time, I was engaging with my limited mindset and not actually deciding to trust my intuition and go towards the pleasure that it brings to me to help people via the esoteric, to create my own platform, to express myself. Because I was like I would do readings and my guides would be like, oh, the way to your financial freedom is through your self-expression. I'm like, does self-expression pay the bills though? Like that, I ain't gonna lie. That's what I was saying to myself. I was like, does self-expression pay the bills though? I am a Capricorn rising in Venus. Trust and believe. These are the questions I'm going to ask myself. I'm going to say, it's all cute and fun, but does that pay the bill? And Spirit's like, if you don't trust it though, if you don't trust what we are saying, then you're going to be stuck in your dead-end job, doing something that you don't really like, trying to push your business, but not with the same passion that you would push your esoteric business with, because you're not listening, because you're scared, because you're limiting your mindset. And so I feel like why this path is different is because I feel like you already know the answer. And I told you from the jump, I said, I don't want to be that girl, but I don't want to be that girl. So you're going to have to use this pile as like a confirmation message. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Trust your spirit. Take that leap of faith towards your self-expression. Give it a try. What do you have to lose? Honestly, what do you have to lose? Because right now, you're working and making no money. So you really don't have nothing to lose when you actually deep it. Except if it doesn't work out, at least then you got to express yourself. You got to heal yourself. You got to regain consciousness. And then the next idea that is supposed to be your big business idea will come to you because you will be in alignment with yourself. So regardless, it's a win-win situation for you. You just have to trust spirits and trust yourself. So yeah, because the blessings are here, the 10 of Pentacles are here. You just have to express yourself. You just have to liberate yourself and jump out and just breathe. breathe. That's what the sacred spot is, a place for you to just breathe and listen. That's why this channel's faceless right now. I will show my face, but right now this is intentional because you're meant to just listen. When you trust yourself, you will be able to breathe. Isn't that amazing? You will be able to say, wow, I did all of that, but now I just want to go to the park today and dance in the damn park. And look, I danced in the park and someone gave me £100, dollars, euros, whatever, to dance in the damn park. And why don't I do it again? And next time I'm going to teach someone how to dance with me. And oh my gosh, someone else is coming to dance with us. And all of a sudden I turn around and I have a dance class full of 50 people, and now I have to go find a studio to go fill these, to teach these 50 people, because the park people have said this is not acceptable no more. And then now I'm a dance studio girl. You hear what's coming out my brain? I now have a dance studio, and we filming and posting online. We're having so much fun, and now this big artist has asked me to dance on stage with them, and now I'm a renowned artist, a renowned dancer, like Les Twins, I'm sorry, I don't really know dancers like that. I don't know where the dancing came from. I don't be coming up with dancing. But you get it? Do you get the vision? The vision is just be yourself. This is really annoying. I am so sorry. I am so sorry that this is the side hustle message. But I hope it resonated. And I'm sorry that it wasn't like, oh, you should go and become a polygrapher. I don't know. You should walk dogs. You should walk cats. Like, I'm sorry. But Spirit said that's just because this pile already has the answers. Okay? They didn't need the side hustle idea. They needed confirmation that the side hustle idea was going to do well. So the confirmation is yes. Alright, because I feel like the reading's done and we're just going in round and round and round now. So thank you for having sat through this reading. If this resonated with you, I would love to hear from you. Like, I really would love to hear in the comments, like, how you felt. How did this resonate? Like, what is the idea, if you don't mind sharing, obviously. And yeah, I just would love to hear it. And also, please like and subscribe to the channel, because more readings like this will come. And thank you for being with us today. Bye. Welcome, pile 3, to your reading on what are some side hustles that you can do at this point in time. So to begin with, I pulled a couple cards to kind of gauge your energy currently, just so you can confirm whether this is your pile. So let's get right into it. Okay, so it feels like you have come out of a depressive period in your life. It feels like you are now kind of ready to advance again. If it, you know, I don't know, I'm saying, you know, I'm speaking like if everyone has been through depression. But for those of you who have been depressed in this life, you know, like when you're just kind of not doing anything for a long period of time, right? You know, that deep depressive moment where like for weeks, months, years, you've just been watching TV, curled up in a ball, unable to move, unable to do anything, feeling like you've had to walk away from like loads of really hard situations and you're all alone. And then something happens, just a random click. Sometimes it's like you decide to push yourself out of it. Sometimes it's the universe that kind of makes that choice for you, or someone in your life. And all of a sudden, you are filled with joy. You are filled with anticipation. You are filled with hope. You are kind of like excited for the future all over again. You are filled with endless possibilities. But it's just that new stage. It's just happened. You're now filled with all these possibilities and you now go, oh, I wonder where I can go next. I wonder what I can do now. That's kind of the energy I get from you guys currently. If we can relate this to your career field, maybe you've been in a job, right? You've been working your job and you know, there are moments you want to quit, but there are other moments where you're like, I don't think I can quit. And I feel like now you're like, even though I can't quit, that doesn't mean I can't pick up a side hustle, right? So it's literally that. This is why this reading has been drawn to you, because you're now in the headspace and the space in your life where you're able to pursue something as well as your job, right? You're now ready to start a hustle. So if this resonated, this is your pile. So let's see what the universe has for you. Again, I'm kind of picking up that energy of you've been going through it, you know. Even if, or you went through it in the past. I don't think you're going through it now, but you went through it in the past. And whilst you are coming out of that headspace, there's something about this ability to this I'm saying ability, but the fact that you've gone through this means that you are now able to help other people who've gone through this. I mean, something that's coming up for me right now is I feel like you could work with elderly people at this point in time, people who may suffer from Alzheimer's and dementia. So like if you want to pick up a side job of nursing, helping people out in an elderly home, or going to people's houses and helping them run errands, that's something you can do. And even if it's not just elderly people, I feel like people who themselves are kind of stuck in their ways, so people who have or are going through a depression, you can come and offer to clean their house. You know them, I don't know if you see them people on YouTube or TikTok that go and help people who are really depressed and unable to clean their houses. You can go and offer your services in that regards. Even though I'm not really picking that up like heavily, I'm just offering it as a suggestion. Now, if you are a spiritualist, I'm hearing for those who are into the occult to add to your services like energy blocker removal, what, blockbusters. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really practice, but I follow a lot of people who do, and so I have heard a lot of things like that, like protection spells, removal spells, cord cuttings. If this is something you are capable of and you want to find a way to make some money on the side, I'm definitely seeing that you could actually, like, really, there's a market for it. There's a market for it. Now, Spirit wants you to also acknowledge that you have been coming out. You are coming out of a hard time in your life. And whatever hustle that you take, I don't think it's supposed to be like too demanding. Like, it really should be a side hustle, because I do think this part in particular, like, has a job, should be keeping their job, is not being advised to quit their job, but really, like, just have this as extra money on the side. And so make sure that it's something you can do in your free time, not something that's too demanding, but just something you can do to add some income, but try and make sure that the price is right so that you're not wasting your time neither. Yeah, because the challenge that you have to go through right now is figuring out how to balance your time effectively so that you can juggle both work, hustling, and your personal life, right? And I don't know, I'm getting a message for some of you. For some of you, this reading is not for you. I say 8 minutes in. For some of you, you're being advised to not take on anything else right now. You're being advised to focus on your job or focus on the current situation that you're in and revisit this conversation at a later date concerning side hustles. That's so crazy. Lord. I mean, you're now at my readings, and I guess even you're not gonna understand like the kind of reader I am. I'm not going to just tell you, oh yes, do this, like, because that's what you want, you know? Like, if Spirit is telling me to tell you that this reading is not for you, then this reading is not for you, you know? So let's go back to the people who are supposed to still be here. Okay, there's one more message. So I feel like this group is going to attract a lot of different kind of people. It feels like you who know that you have a job, you're ready to start something new on the side, you're afraid. There's some of you anyways within that collective who are afraid of doing this. Like, oh, how am I going to manage my time? How am I going to do all of this? How am I going to stand, tall and be able to get everything done? I'm going to be overwhelmed. No, you need to change your mindset. And you need to understand that you're going to overcome all and any obstacles that come before you. I feel like you could also be like a hustle idea. I want to say life coaching. I don't know. I think I'm just regurgitating the 5 ideas that are in my head right now. And so I don't really want to just give hustle ideas. But what I will say is if there's a hustle that allows you to motivate other people to overcome obstacles in their lives, then this is the pile for you. So like, I'm getting an idea of like, somebody needs an accountability partner, or mentor or something like that. You know, I don't know if that's a paid hustle, but I'm sure that you can make money from that, to be honest. But it's really stuff like that. It's like, okay, there are people on this planet that need help with overcoming a task, a challenge, something in their life, right? And they need someone to motivate them or to keep them on track. And that is a hustle you can do. I'm hearing if you are by the sea or a beach or a swimming pool or a hotel or pool, you could maybe take up lifeguarding on the weekends. I'm seeing that. Very random opportunities coming through. Swimming instructor. I'm hearing like, because again, a swimming instructor is helping someone overcome a challenge, right? You know? Because I feel like that's what the hustle is. Like, I feel like this hustle is to help people find clarity through their own anxiety. And I guess if this is your pile, the answer will resonate with you. I myself am not really sure. Oh, like, yeah, you could have a concierge service. You know, like, oh, I'm really stressed out about coming on holiday to this destination. You can charge so much money. Okay, so much is, but you can charge a decent amount of money to plan someone's entire vacation for them and make sure they have a very good vacation. So that is actually a hustle idea. Honestly, I'm laughing at myself because I'm like, this is literally free financial and business advice that I'm giving right now. Which honestly, like, I mean, if I was to pick this pile, right, I could literally transmute this reading, I should say, into me asking or advertising the fact that I do these kind of readings. So on a personal level, we could dive in depths because it would be one-on-one, so I could really look at your message and find the job that suits you. You know what I mean? And offer spiritual business advice. I could be a spiritual business coach. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I'm just offering ideas for free. I'm kind of mad. I feel like you lot get mad too because I'm sitting here mad at myself. Like, why am I offering free advice? This is after we're on Power Free. And I'm mad. Like, why am I mad? Are you guys mad at yourselves? Are you guys upset that you guys haven't been going after your goals? I see y'all. Listen, piece of advice, right? Because a message has come through. Financial freedom is still a form of freedom, okay? If you have to work to create that form of freedom, that's okay. Right? I feel like it will alleviate you. Marketing yourself, raising your price, showcasing what you have to offer. You have to do it. No, it sucks. No, it sucks. But if you do it, you're more likely to attract opportunities for yourself. So maybe set yourself a challenge. Like, for the next 3 to 6 months, I am going to dedicate my energy to my side hustle, to excuse me. Yeah, I just needed to burp. Sorry. To marketing myself, to showing people who I really am, even though it makes me deeply uncomfortable. I'm just gonna do it. You know? It's weird. Power free has been all over the place. Even in another reading I did, I'm like, power free, is this making any sense? The answer is yeah. Like, okay, let's see if I can summarize. You need to basically trust that you are supposed to do this right now. And you need to actually challenge yourself to do it. Push through the anxiety, push through the limitations, push through the laziness. I ain't gonna lie, push through it. I ain't gonna call it laziness because it's not actually laziness. It's emotional burnout and depression. But you need to push through it. Like, even though it feels like, you know, this big block, and it feels like a spiritual block, and maybe there is a spiritual block, which is why something has come through in, you know, the reading about our hustle being that you can be a spiritual unblocker. But if it's not, let's say it's an actual spiritual block on your career, on your side hustles, on your ability to make more finance, to make more money, then spirit is asking you to push through it. And for a while, it's going to be deeply uncomfortable, but in the long run, it's going to transform the energy that you currently have and currently embody. And this bitterness, this anger, this sadness that you kind of have, even though, yes, you're kind of coming out of it now, but it's still kind of within you. All of that will be transmuted into freedom, financial freedom, but also freedom of mind and freedom from these blockages that you're currently experiencing. And wouldn't that be great? Especially in a side hustle reading, right? So I hope that resonated, because, I mean, honestly, I wish I had gone a bit further into this one. But I'm trying to remain mindful of the fact that I did not pull more cards. Actually, no, I didn't do this for the other piles, but I do want to pull one more card. Yeah, that card flipped over. Yeah, if you push through, I see that this side hustle has a potential to grow, and it's going to be something that you can balance. Like, you're going to be able to juggle this with your job if you keep your job, or if you don't have a job currently, you're going to be able to use this to level up in your career And if you do have a job, sorry, back to that one, if you do have a job, you'll be able to leverage your side hustle. I'm hearing that message too. Or even if that's not the case, the money will help you in a lot of ways. Yeah, like if you end up being, I don't know, God forbid, but fired or choose to walk away from your job, you will have the financial stability to do so. Right now, I don't think you do. I don't think you can financially just dip out of your job. But I do feel like by continuing and actually forcing yourself to do this, because it does feel like you're forcing yourself, because I don't feel like you guys actually have as much energy as you think right now. This is not permanent. It just requires you to kind of challenge yourself. Once you do challenge yourself and you've transformed your energy, I see you being able to create a sense of stability in your life. I'm so annoyed because, like, side note, I'm having an insecure girl moment. I'm taking so many pauses when I read, and it's more because I'm like making sure that I say the right word every time I speak. We'll get through it. But yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm done. If this resonated, please comment below what really stood out to you. If you are going to challenge yourself, and what will your challenge be? And if you have any ideas in mind already, you know. And again, well, if this did resonate with you, please like and subscribe to my channel, as there are going to be more readings like this and going further in depth in how we can really level up your career or your business or your ideas. So, yeah, I hope you enjoy. Thank you, and good evening, because it is night by me.